Now the great news.
We are so happy that it's hard to express and hard to put in words what we have to tell you. I'm Duca.
And I'm Roberta.
And together we are building our own tiny shipping container house.
So don't forget to subscribe
And to join us every Monday for a new episode. So, it's about time.
for some cleaning.
Let's do it. That's how the house looks right now. Tons of things. The reason for that is because it's such a small space that when we work on the bathroom, we need to store everything there. So the idea today is to get the house empty. And then we're gonna give a huge clean here because it's deserving. It's been such like a year and something that we don't clean the shipping container properly.
We are gonna leave it as empty as possible. It's not gonna be.
After we clean, we're gonna give you a tour of how the house looks so far. Let's start it.
You've been down this road for far too long. He left your love behind, but still you keep on crawling back despite the pain inside.
Yeah, it's almost empty, but not. It's all here. We just need to clean this side first, and then.
Yeah, we also need to decide what we want to keep and what we want to throw away, because there's a lot of garbage around here. Just like this, used sandpapers, brand new sandpapers. So we need to find the old ones and throw away because it's just too much stuff at the same time. This is garbage. And we also have this. I guess we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot to do today.
And all the other tools are already on the other shipping container, so you can imagine.
So let's keep going.
Cause all that I want is for you to be happy, and give me a chance to show that you can be. Well, open your eyes and see the way I see. Cause all that I want is for you to be happy with me. Your tears, they say 1,000 words. Cause all that I want is for you to be happy with me. Cause all that I want is for you to be happy with me.
So, it's about time.
For a tour.
Let's give you a tour of how the house looks so far after we clean it up. Looks much better now. Let's do it.
So here is the wood that we couldn't
Get rid of it.
get rid of it because we still have some things to build.
Yeah, this is the stock, the leftover. Kitchen.
The laminated that we had. And here is the bath.
The bathroom. It's dislocated because we didn't install yet, but this
It's gonna be here.
is gonna be right there. The shower cabin. Now the great news. We are so happy that it's hard to express and hard to put in words what we have to tell you.
No, I'm not pregnant.
No, she's not pregnant, and no, we're not moving in the house. Look at like, because we're cleaning the house, and of course it would be really cool, but actually it's even bigger than that.
Yeah.
You guys know for a while already that we like sailboats, and that we wanted our next big project to be a refit of a sailboat, right?
A hint.
Yeah, that's a hint, yeah. Yeah, so basically the house is getting closer to an end, of course everyone knows. And since a few months ago we've been searching for our next project, because if we wait until we are done with the house, we would have nothing to film and we would have nothing to do, and we wanted to find the boat before we finish the house so we can go straight from the house to fix the boat, to refit the boat. The birds are loud today. Yeah, so basically a boat found us before we expected.
Yeah.
And we bought our dream sailboat.
Yeah.
I mean, our dream old abandoned sailboat. We can show you a picture. That's the picture. Looks old, but at least there's no rust. That's pretty good. That's a really good sign.
Well, since the beginning, the idea was to refit our old sailboat, steel.
Yeah, we wanted to. That's the reason why we're building a shipping container, is because we wanted to learn how to work with steel, and this is a galvanized steel sailboat that's been sitting on the heart for 15 years. But even though it's been so long on the heart and just no one cleaning much, it is still the structure part is amazing. Has way less rust than this shipping container. It's much better condition than this shipping container.
And I think if we have like 30 years of woodworking, we would never get to this kind of furniture.
Yeah, this boat basically was really well made, was really well conceived. The project is amazing, the design is really good, but it's been sitting on the heart for 15 years, so have many systems to change and to replace and to fix.
It was built in the beginning of the 90s.
Yeah, I guess, we don't know 100% yet. We bought already, we saw it for 3 hours, the boat. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. We needed to make an offer because we couldn't lose that, because we told you guys a few months ago we almost bought a boat that was under construction, and we lost because the guy gave up on selling because we took too long to make an offer, and by the time we were gonna make the offer, he gave up and he didn't want to sell anymore. So we thought, this time we're not gonna do the same mistake again. We saw, we like it, and we said, yes, it's ours. And now, to make this happen, that's the tricky part. We wanted to buy a boat and let's sit until we finish the house, and when we finish the house, the plan was to move in the house, and then we would refit the boat living in the house. That's the reason why we have such a small house, because that's, I don't know how clear that is for everyone, but we always intended to build our land base, a small land base, so in the future we can travel with our future boat that used to be our future boat, our dream boat that we never had actually. Now it's real, yeah. So we intended to have this small shipping container house so we can travel around, and once a year we can come back home and have this place that we can call home, and that we can feel like we have a place in our city where we were born, where we lived our entire lives. And now the plans need to change a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, we're gonna live in the boat while we finish the house.
Yeah. So the idea now, the former owner got us a discount in the marina, so we have 3 months to refit the boat, to bring it through water.
Yeah, the thing is, the boat's not here.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to the concert in São Paulo? We said that we had something else. Our patrons know, we told our patrons because they're... Yeah. So basically, we went to São Paulo to the concert, and also to check out this sailboat. Back then, the owner didn't even know we had the trip planned. We told him we never met him before. Actually, a friend of ours tried to buy this boat. He didn't buy this boat 4 months ago, and he said, there is this boat, if you want to talk to the guy, the boat's not for sale, but if you talk to him, if he likes your project. So basically, this boat was never for sale. We just got to meet the guy. We told our story, he told his story, and the stories were so similar, but 20-something years apart, that he thought we were the right owners to bring the boat back to life. The boat's been sitting there and not doing nothing for, we don't know exactly the amount of years, but we guess like 15 years, maybe a little bit more.
We don't know.
But he thought we were the good new owners of the boat, and he sold us by a price that's just not real, and we could not say no. So that means that we need to go back to São Paulo. São Paulo is
It's Guarujá, it's in the
state of
coast.
São Paulo. Yeah, the coast of São Paulo. So basically we have 3 months to get the boat in shape, to put her back on the water and to bring to here. It takes 2 days to get from there to here by water. We had the other option of putting her on a truck and bring her by land.
It was really expensive, and we didn't want to put on a
Yeah,
road.
a boat is meant to be on the water and not on the road. And it would cost us $5,000 to bring the boat, because it's a big boat. It's a 40, I guess, like 42 or 44, we're not 100% sure. Yeah, it's like a 42, between 42 and 44 foot steel sailboat. That means that weighs around 14 tons, 30,000 pounds. So it's better to bring by water. Yeah, we can tell you the details later. So basically we wanted to tell you that for the next 3 months we are going to stop building the house. That doesn't mean we're not going to finish the house. We are going to go to São Paulo. We are going to fix up the boat so we can bring the boat to Florianópolis, where we live in the south of Brazil. And once the boat's here, we are going to move in the boat, and we're going to live full time on the boat while we keep building the house and we finish the house.
That's the plan, right?
That's the plan. After we finish the plan, of course, everything's you notice already, plans change. But
and
if
3 months can be less, can be a little bit more.
Yeah, can be 2, can be 4, but around 3 months. And if that works out, we're gonna come back, live on the boat, finish the house, and then we move in the house while we do a bigger refit of the boat. Because right now we're gonna do just the basic. That means painting the outside. We're gonna do the engine. We need to check up the engine, the
basic
rudder, and the electrical, some basic stuff. But we still want to give her a bigger refit. So that's after we finish the house.
Yeah.
And after that, it's just too far away.
Yeah.
We'll get somewhere after that. But basically, expect some different videos for the next 3 months. Hopefully, you guys will stick with us. It's gonna be a nice journey. We are really, really, really excited. We cannot express how happy we are and how it's just a few years ago. I mean, already for like, I don't know, 8 years. It was a huge dream, but one dream that we didn't even know if one day would be true. And this exactly is specific boat. Actually, we read 2 books 6 years ago. We read this book of a family that went around the world on a circumnavigation with a boat made next to this boat on the same shipyard. And on the cover of the book, as I gave her as a present, as a gift, I had dedicatory, I don't know how you call it, like I wrote something to her, and I said that one day we would travel in a boat called Odd. That's so cool. And we didn't even knew we would have a YouTube channel called Odd Life. We had no idea about anything. I didn't even remember I wrote that. And when I opened the book last week, I was like, whoa, yeah, we need to change the name of the boat.
Yeah. So one day we're gonna tell you the history behind Odd Life.
Yeah, Odd Life, it's the next step. We're, one step at a time. We took a while to tell you about the boat, and now it's going to take a little bit longer to tell you about the name, but everything is connected. Everything is a huge, yeah. So now the dream came true, and we're gonna move tomorrow. That's why we clean the house. The reason why we clean the house is because we didn't want to leave the house for 3 months really dusty as it was. And right now, right before winter where we live, there are so many ants. The bugs are just all over. So we wanted to check every single spot if we find nests of ants, because it's just, they get crazy. It's just too many.
And that's it.
Yeah, I guess for this week it's done.
Yeah.
Next week expected a tour of our old new sailboat. Yeah. Next week we're gonna actually discover the boat, because we didn't open all the cabinets and everything. We are gonna discover a lot of things that we don't even know exist inside of the boat, and we're gonna take you through. We're gonna take you with us and show you every little spot of our abandoned sailboat. Time to get moving. We need to go because we need to travel tomorrow, so we need to get ready. So we see you
guys
next week.
We also want to welcome on board our new patron.
Thanks so much, Gabi. We really, really appreciate the support. And see you guys next week.